Hello students, my name is Nikhil Kumar and welcome to Pratham Test Prep official YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss how to crack reading comprehension in the CAT examination. In fact, अगर आप देखोगे RC सबसे important part है. And I have been continuously receiving queries regarding identifying the main point of the passage. बहुत ज़्यादा queries आ रही हैं कि सर we do start when it comes to tougher passages. Easy passage में तो हर कोई main point निकाल लेता है और questions भी निकाल ही लेता है. But where students are getting stuck is that if the passage is tricky, lengthy and tough, then how to identify the main idea of the passage? और ये सबसे मुश्किल है. इनफैक्ट अगर आप देखोगे तो मेन आइडिया पैसेज की जान है और आरसी आपकी कैट की जान है. अगर आपने मेन आइडिया निकालना सीख लिया तो आपने समझ लो आरसी फोड़ना सीख लिया. एंड देन यू हैव एक्चुअली इन अ वे क्रैक द कैट एग्जाम एज वेल. So I have got an example for you. You can see this is the passage which you can see in front of you. It's an actual RC passage from CAT. So I've lifted this passage from past year questions. Very tough passage. Obviously, it goes without saying. पंचायती राज पे दिया हुआ है, हिंदू के एडिटोरियल से उठाया हुआ है, लैंग्वेज भी टफ है, एंड यू कैन सी दैट you may not find yourself quite familiar with the topic given here in the passage. तो ऐसे passages का main point कैसे निकालें? और अब देखोगे काफी lengthy passage भी है. Don't worry, you need not go through the entire passage. Just read the I'll give you some time. You can go through the first 2 or 3 paragraphs, and then we will see if we have identified the main idea of the passage or not. और अगर वो हो गया है, then we'll also see which are the easier questions which can be done in a snap. Okay. So you can see this is the passage. Then you have questions. Okay. And let's see based on main idea, how many questions can we really crack? So first of all, you have this passage. What I would suggest is go through the first few paragraphs. You can pause the video right now. Go through this part very quickly. Okay. Now you can pause at this point so that you can go through the second paragraph as well very quickly. Assuming you have read the passage so far, इसको भी देख लो एक बार. Okay. I know it's lengthy, but then CAT does test your stamina, reading stamina. Here, go through this as well very quickly. Pause the video and go through this part of the passage too. And now you have questions. You can take a look at the questions also. You can pause the video and take a look at the questions also. See if you can get them. See if you can crack them. Yeah. Okay. All right. Chalo ji. So you have gone through the passage. Okay, I'm assuming that you had paused the video at the right instance and you went through that part of the passage and you've gone through the questions as well. And you know what the passage is. अब देख लेते हैं इसका main point क्या है. So it says, let me find my marker, just a sec. Here it is, yeah. At first sight. देखो first paragraph है ना, उसे आप बहुत ध्यान से पढ़ोगे. Usually you can expect the main idea to show up right in the first paragraph of the passage. Okay, and then when you go to the other paragraphs, possibly you can read the beginning and the ending very carefully of every paragraph, and the last paragraph you should be reading very carefully. All right, middle वाली जो lines है वो आप थोड़ा skim कर सकते हो, थोड़ा जल्दी पढ़ सकते हो, which is fine. But first paragraph को हम थोड़ा ध्यान से पढ़ेंगे. So at first sight, what does at first sight mean? पहली नजर में. Okay, यहीं से मुझे लग रहा है at first sight शायद कुछ और दिखता है, होगा कुछ और. What do you say? Let's take a look. At first sight, it looks as though Panchayati Raj, the lower layer of federalism in our polity, is as firmly entrenched in our system as in the older and higher layer comprising the union government and the states. So what does this even mean? So it says at first it looks like as if Panchayati Raj. Now you would know what Panchayati Raj is, okay? That this is the lower layer of federalism in our polity, in a system. This is the lower layer of federalism. So it looks as if Panchayati Raj is as firmly entrenched in our system as the older and higher layer. Which are the older and higher layer? Union government and the states. So what is it saying? पहली नजर में देखने में क्या लग रहा है कि पंचायती राज उतनी ही अच्छे से established है जितने कि यूनियन और स्टेट्स. बट जस्ट टेल मी द वेरी थिंग इट सेज एट फर्स्ट साइट इट लुक्स एज दो का मतलब क्या होगा कि कुछ गड़बड़ है. शायद पंचायती राज उतने अच्छी तरीके से established नहीं होगा, इतनी अच्छे से entrenched नहीं होगा. Like the democratic institutions at the higher level, those at the panchayat level, the panchayati raj institutions are written into and protected by the constitution. Okay, all the essential features which were now we are just being told about how panchayati raj came into existence. All the essential features which distinguish a unitary system from a federal one are as much enshrined at the lower as at the upper level of our federal system. But look, यहाँ से मैं थोड़ा सा ध्यान से पढ़ूंगा. मेन आइडिया समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं ना हम. तो जो एक्स्ट्रा डिटेल्स है उस पर ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं देंगे. फर्स्ट सेंटेंस समझा? एट फर्स्ट साइट इट लुक्स एज इफ पंचायती राज इज फर्मली एंट्रेंच्ड, इट इज वेरी वेल एस्टैब्लिश्ड. बट लुक क्लोजली, ध्यान से देखो, यू विल डिस्कवर अ फैटल फ्लॉ. व्हाट इज दिस फैटल फ्लॉ? The letter of the constitution as well as the spirit of the present polity have exposed the intra-state level of our federal system to a dilemma of which the interstate and union state layers are free. Intra-state क्या? Intra-state is your Panchayati Raj system. Okay, the flaw has many causes. So there is some problem, some flaw, some fatal flaw. So this is the main idea. Did you understand the main idea now? The main idea is we are going to talk about Panchayati Raj. और पंचायती राज देखने में जितने अच्छे से सिस्टम में लग रहा है उतने अच्छे से नहीं है. देयर आर प्रॉब्लम्स. व्हाट आर द कॉजेस? ओके, बट ऑल ऑफ देम आर रूटेड इन एन हिस्टोरिकल एनॉमली. While the dynamics of federalism and democracy have given added strength to the rights given to states in the constitution, they have worked against the rights of panchayats. तो जिन चीजों ने स्टेट्स को हेल्प किया, सपोर्ट किया, उन्हीं चीजों ने पंचायत को के अगेंस्ट गए. Okay, now let's see if we can try a couple of questions since we have already found the main idea. Okay, can we try? Let's take a look. What is the central theme of the passage? The central theme of the passage can be best summarized as. तो वो पूछ रहा है भैया सबसे central theme again main idea क्या है? क्या सोचा था हमने main idea? हमने main idea यही तो सोचा था that Panchayati Raj system is not that well placed in the system. There are certain issues. देख लेते हैं कौन सा आंसर हो सकता है वो. अभी let me just find my marker as well. Yeah. हाँ जी. Our grassroots development at पंचायत level is now driven by foreign aid syndrome. पंचायती राज में कोई प्रॉब्लम इसमें है ही नहीं. पंचायती राज सिस्टम इज फर्मली एंट्रेंच्ड नहीं है, तो इसका उल्टा चाहिए मुझे, हटा दो. A truly federal polity has not developed since PRIs have not been allowed the necessary political space. Yes, a truly federal polity has not developed because PRIs have not been allowed the necessary political space. Is my answer. आ गया main idea? Was it tough? You have the second question. This is based on line actually. if you go and read this line, maybe you will be able to get the right answer. Let's take a look at what this line is saying. It says the sentence in the last paragraph. जल्दी से देख लेते हैं. लास्ट पैराग्राफ में हाँ ये रहा, and their volition. हाँ जी. And their own volition has been further circumscribed by a plethora of centrally sponsored schemes. जो उनकी free will है. Free will has been further circumscribed. What do you mean by free will has been further restricted? तो ये पंचायती सिस्टम, पंचायत की ही बात हो रही है. तो ये कह रहे हैं पंचायत की जो फ्रीडम है, जो फ्री विल है, वो और भी ज्यादा रिस्ट्रिक्ट हो गई. देखें इसका आंसर निकल पा रहा है क्या? जस्ट अ सेक, ये देख लेते हैं. The weakening of the local institutions' ability. हाँ, weakening, which is again you are restricting, weakening of the local institutions' ability to plan according to their need. Local institutions क्या होंगे? आपके पंचायत होंगे. This can be the answer. The increasing demands made on elected local leaders to match central grants. नहीं, empowering तो बिल्कुल नहीं हो सकता भैया. आप बोल रहे हो volition has been further circumscribed. Empowering हो ही नहीं सकता है. So the right answer is first. निकल गया. So what am I really trying to convey here? Passage is lengthy. Passage is tough. Passage is something which the topic is such that you are hardly familiar with it. But question निकल रहे हैं यार. And if you are able to attempt and crack the questions, that means you are very much in game. You are in the race. Isn't that so? So yes, it is possible to attempt the questions even if you have not understood the entire passage. Even if you just understood the 30% or 40% of the passage, provided you have understood the main idea of the passage, you can still get questions right. Then we have what is the dilemma. Dilemma first paragraph का question है. तो ये तो हमें पता ही है, मेन आइडिया से हमने क्या निकाला था. व्हाट इज द डायलेमा? डायलेमा वाज अगेन पंचायती राज को वो स्पेस नहीं मिली जो यूनियन और स्टेट को मिल गई. सो लेट्स टेक अ लुक एट दिस क्वेश्चन. शुड द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स रेस्ट मोर स्पेस फ्रॉम यूनियन बिफोर कंसिडरिंग द नहीं वो ऑथर वांट्स दैट पंचायती सिस्टम शुड गेट पावर. यहाँ पे तो पंचायती सिस्टम को आप deprioritize करो. So first is definitely wrong. Should rights similar to those that the states managed to get be extended to? Yes, this is what he wants. The rights which were given to states, they should also reach to the panchayat system. And this is my answer. So you can see right from the first paragraph, the main idea, I'm able to crack questions. Okay. एक और क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं. फेटल फ्लॉ फर्स्ट. अगर आप देखोगे तो 3 क्वेश्चन तो यार फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ से आ गए. मेकिंग सेंस स्टूडेंट्स? आई एम एक्चुअली गेटिंग 3 क्वेश्चंस राइट फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ एंड देयर वाज वन क्वेश्चन व्हिच वाज फ्रॉम द लास्ट पैराग्राफ. आई वाज टोल्ड दैट इट इज फ्रॉम द लास्ट पैराग्राफ. आई वाज आल्सो गिवन द लाइन. Okay, so yes, the passage was tough, but the questions were doable. They were not easy, but they were doable if you had understood the main idea of the passage. क्या है? फेटल फ्लॉ फिर वही है, पंचायती राज सिस्टम को स्पेस नहीं मिली जो मिलनी चाहिए. क्या हो सकता है इसका आंसर? देख लेते हैं. The instruments that have ensured federalism at one level have been used to achieve the opposite at the another. This is my answer. One level क्या है आपका? स्टेट वाले लेवल. जो स्टेट लेवल पे जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स थे जिन्होंने उनको राइट्स दिलाए, वही इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स ने they actually acted against the panchayat system. So this was it. I'm not going to take you through the entire passage. The idea was not to take you through the passage, but the idea was to figure out how to identify the main part. The idea was to, once you have understood the main idea, how to use it to your advantage and attempt the questions within seconds. That was the motive. Okay, students, I hope you were able to understand it. So now what should you do? You all are targeting CAT and you have sufficient time. I won't say you have a lot of time, but yes, sufficient time. But you have to be you have to be quick. Okay, you can't afford to be relaxed, or you can't say that I'll be complacent about my preparation. No, you have to, it's time for you to start now. You have time, but it's not too much time left, but definitely sufficient time is there. So yes, get started. Now, how do we get started with the preparation? Reading comprehension is the lion's share of CAT exam. सबसे ज्यादा आपके 4 पैसेजेस अच्छे खासे आरसीए से आएंगे. ठीक है जी. So you have to build stamina for reading. You have to build stamina for reading passages which are based on topics that you are not aware of, that you can't relate to. You can see इस पंचायती राज पे कोई बच्चा आज के डेट में कुछ ज्यादा नहीं बोल सकता है. And this kind of passage you can expect. This is an actual passage from CAT exam. तो क्या करें? You have to be reading newspaper. That goes without saying. क्या पढ़ेंगे न्यूज़पेपर में? 3 पेजेस पढ़ेंगे आप. Editorial, international और business page. You have to be reading these 3 pages on daily basis. Apart from that, you also have to be reading books, fictional books. Okay, and yes, start your preparation, pull up your socks. You don't have time to waste, let me tell you that. And stay tuned for more tips, more tricks. And yes, we at Pratham are there to help you. Okay, for any queries, any questions, any challenges, any issues that you think you are facing for CAT preparation, feel free to shoot your queries to us. Okay, we'll be happy to answer them. All right. And yes, stay tuned on this YouTube channel, and I'll be coming up with more such content, more such video lectures for you, which will help you further in your preparation for the CAT exam. I hope this was beneficial, this was helpful. Take care, goodbye, keep practicing.